I was covering how Tyler, the creator, basically dropped his surprise "Don't Tap the Glass," and then all of a sudden, these AI creators flooded YouTube, TikTok, music streaming platforms, pretending to be "Don't Tap the Glass" content, right? And so, what was interesting, literally for this, I'll show you guys some of the infringing content that was basically deep fakes impersonating him. And a part of,
Crazy.
my speculation was, is this why major artists are kind of being forced to surprise drop their stuff overnight because they're just trying to get ahead of the fraudsters? So I guess let me start there. What do you think?
That's an excellent thought. Yeah, definitely. Before we've talked about earlier on other streams about like the old Napster situation and like Pirate Bay and these different torrent sites that would download, and that's a lot of albums used to get leaked on torrent sites before they would drop. And I
Mm.
think that this move that Tyler made by not only selling before he streamed on his website, but also just being a complete surprise drop, what he accomplished in 4 days is like crazy and total inspiration, I think.
Yeah, so look, let's look at some of the infringing stuff. Let's talk about also the record and what he's been able to do. So here's one that is still up. It has over 300,000 views. This is the "Don't Tap the Glass."
Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass.
All right. So clearly not the creator. And in fact, this infringer, this creator also did one on TikTok that has almost 100,000 likes on it, which is the same song, but they actually ended up taking from one of his videos that just came out. Here we go.
Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass.
All right.
That got a lot of coverage too. That got a lot of views. That had a lot of comments, had a lot of different interactions because as soon as it was even mentioned that this thing was coming out, everybody was just taken to anything to try to find the new Tyler. I mean, we see this happen all the time with albums. This style of music is like the craziest. Like if you were going to do something in Suno to try to do something, maybe you put some prompts in that kind of have a little bit of a Tyler vibe to it.
Despite all of the infringement and deepfakes and all of that, Tyler's just absolutely crushing it. Was it? He sold
Yeah.
128,000 copies of his album through his website. So the
Yeah.
DIY, sell it yourself. He's doing bundles and what, you got something up? Here we go.
I bought two of them because I wanted the hat and I wanted one with the t-shirt. And this is why it's genius when you have fans and why all that matters are the fans that are there for you. Like all that superficial vanity number stuff, it doesn't matter. It's about real fans because I bought two of these. And so I spent about $90 for an album probably that was released on Spotify, I believe on that Friday. And then I got the stuff later. So, I mean, it comes with the CD, it came with the hat, it comes in a cool packaging, reflective of what he did for his Chromacopia album as well, which I also bought multiple copies of, which came with, like CDs. And they're doing these little digipack CDs. So very simple when you're doing these.
Show the box a little bit more.
And a poster.
Yeah. No, so his little crate, and when we saw him when he came through town a few months ago, and he was performing on his crate, so he had a very great visual and consistent theme to everything. But anyway, so he's just smashing it with the physical sales, #1 on Billboard within 4 days of tracking. And so, despite the mass infringement, obviously doing okay. But again, just it's getting harder and harder to manage, especially with the now AI capabilities of taking lyrics and creating something, videos, music with just a few prompts.
We're seeing that YouTube was going to be making these policies where it was going to make it harder for monetization as far as like the AI stuff and what they're actually going to kind of push out. So I don't know as far as this channel, if it was monetized off that video or if there's any kind of flagging thing that even goes on with AI. If YouTube needs something similar to what Deezer has with their labeling of AI content, because I think that it's necessary and you're seeing it. And we're just seeing this with the Tyler. I'm sure this is happening with other artists, but this Tyler album just kind of blew up, went to #1 in 4 days on Billboard. So, I mean, the anticipation is like that. So I can assume that we're going to see more of this stuff. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen as far as
Yeah,
if
well, look.
there's going to be anything new as far as stopping that.
Yeah, no, and right now he had this huge successful drop amidst a lawsuit. So we just covered this, how he is being sued right now by two plaintiffs. So the authors of a little doggy picture, Bliss, and that image, allegedly, has been used without authorization by Tyler, the creator, on his own
LaFleur.
clothing brand. Yeah, on collaborations that he did with Louis Vuitton, Converse, and so you're talking about massive deals that have been massively successful. And when we looked and compared the pictures, it's real tough to see that this picture could have come from anything
Anywhere else, yeah.
So for me, that's kind of why we covered it, because we go, the alleged infringement just seems so blatant. And so how did this happen? So that's the heavy weight that any big star carries. They're being sued at any given point while having success at the exact same moment. And so, how do you deal?
It's thinking of these things ahead of time. You talk about this Tyler LaFleur case. And the thing that's weird about it is, how did it get to that point? Like, did Tyler see that was just the design pitch to him and he signed on to it? We were discussing earlier with these Fiverr scams where artists are being taken advantage of by fake AI artists, saying that they're going to make a top lines for them or whatever. And then they're being scammed out of money under thinking they're working with a human and having something original that they can copyright and have protected and all these kind of things. We're just seeing a big change. And as these things are happening, where we need to watch out.
Yeah, and then I'll end this on a note. I went and listened to the record today. I have my personal favorite, but drop a comment down below if you've heard the record. What's your favorite song off of Tyler's new album? Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one from Top Music Attorney.